Hey kids, welcome to the Antioch Church of Christ Kids Time. My name is Cooper Swain and my dad's a preacher here. I've been doing this show for a few weeks. I just want to say thank you for watching, and guess what? Only one more week till virtual VBS. It starts June 1st. And also, make sure your parents register you now at AntiochChurchOfChrist@gmail.com, all lowercase letters. But now, it's kids times. Everyone, let's sing some songs. Everyone stand up. The first song is the Hippo song. In the beginning God made the seas and the forest filled with trees. He made the mountains up so high, and at the top he placed the sky. His fingerprints are everywhere, just to show how much he cared. But in the middle had loads of fun when he made the hippo that weighs a ton. Hip 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 hippopotamus, hip hip hooray, God made all of us. Hip 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 hippopotamus, hip hip hooray, God made all of us. He made the hippo that weighs a ton. He made the earth, moon, stars, and sun. He made all the critters all at the zoo. But my favorite one is the kangaroo. Kanga, kanga, kangaroo. Hip, hip, hooray, God made me and you. Kanga, kanga, kangaroo. Hip, hip, hooray, God made me and you. Good job, kids. The next song is going to be the books of the New Testament. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Acts and the letters to the Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians and Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, Titus and Philemon, Hebrews, James, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st and 2nd and 3rd John, Jude and Revelation. Good job, kids. We have one more song, and you know what it is? If you're happy and you know it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, and your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, shout amen, amen. If you're happy and you know it, shout amen, amen. If you're happy and you know it, and your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, shout amen,
amen.
If you're happy and you know it, do all three. Amen. If you're happy and you know it, do all three. Amen. If you're happy and you know it, and your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, do all three. Amen. Do you guys know what time it is?
It's snack time.
No, it's Bible story time.
Yeah.
Who remembers the story from last week?
It was the story of creation.
Wrong. It's the story of crossing the Red Sea and how Moses and the Israelites did.
They crossed the Red Sea.
This week's Bible story is when Moses got the 10 Commandments. Thank you to Free Bible Illustrations and freebibleimages.org. They let us use these images and for free because they're really nice.
Exodus chapter 19. 3 months after crossing the Red Sea, the Israelites camped in the desert at the foot of Mount Sinai. Moses climbed up the mountain where God spoke to him. "You have seen how I brought you out of Egypt. Tell the Israelites, if you obey me, out of all the nations I will make you my treasured people, a kingdom of priests, a holy nation." Moses climbed back down the mountain to tell the leaders of the people, the ones they called the elders, what God had promised. And together they responded, "We will do everything the Lord has said." Moses climbed back up the mountain to give God their answer. And God told Moses, "I'm going to come to you in a thick cloud so the people will hear me speaking to you, and I will trust you." Moses reported that the Israelites had said they were ready to fully obey God. "Tell the people to get ready to consecrate themselves today and tomorrow," God commanded. "Have them wash their clothes and be ready by the 3rd day, because that's when I will come down." God told Moses to put a limit around the mountain, as anyone who touched it would die. Only when the ram's horn sounded a long blast could they even approach the mountain. Moses gave everyone God's instructions. They washed their clothes and prepared to consecrate themselves to God. On the morning of the third day, there was thunder and lightning and a thick cloud over the mountain. There was a sound of a loud trumpet blast, and everyone trembled. Moses led the people to the foot of the mountain. The Lord descended onto Mount Sinai in fire, smoke, and billowed up like a furnace, and the whole mountain shook. The sound of the trumpet grew louder and louder. God called Moses to come again to the top of the mountain. Warn everyone to stay outside the limits of the mountain and set it apart as holy, God told Moses. Then return to the top of the mountain with Aaron. Moses went down to warn everyone that the mountain was holy and they must not approach it or touch it. Then he and Aaron climbed back up to the top. In Exodus chapter 20, it tells us that God gave his laws for living to please him. You shall have no other gods before me. Don't make anything to be worshipped or bow down or worship anything but the Lord your God. Don't misuse the name of the Lord your God. You are to work for 6 days, but the seventh day is to be set apart for God. Respect your father and mother so that you may live long in the land your God is giving you. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not tell lies. You shall not envy after anything belonging to someone else. The people below remained at safe distance and trembling with fear. God gave Moses more instructions to help them live at peace with him and with each other. These are recorded in Exodus chapters 21 through 23. In Exodus chapter 24, Moses wrote down the laws and told everyone what God had commanded. We will do everything the Lord has said, they all replied. The next morning, as Moses built an altar to God at the foot of the mountain, young bulls were sacrificed, and half of their blood was splashed at the altar, and the rest was put in bowls. Moses then read God's laws to everyone one more time. We will do everything the Lord has said, they promised. We will obey. Moses then sprinkled the blood on them and said, this is the blood of the agreement, or covenant, that God has made with us. Moses then led the leaders up the mountain where they saw God, but he spared their lives. Under God's feet was something that looked like pavement of bright blue marble. The leaders ate and drank on the mountain. God then asked Moses to come to the top of the mountain on his own, where he would write the commandments on tables of stone. Joshua, who had led the Israelites into battle, accompanied Moses halfway up Mount Sinai, where he waited for him to return. The cloud covered the mountain for 6 days, and on the seventh day God called to Moses. He went into the cloud, where he stayed for 40 days and 40 nights.
Isn't that a great story? Next week we're going to learn another story about the great life of Moses. Hey Bobby, hey Susie.
Hey,
What,
Cooper?
Cooper?
What's going on?
Y'all want to sing a song with me?
Yeah,
we do.
what
What song
song?
do you want to sing?
Blue Skies and Rainbows.
Blue Skies and Rainbows is one of my favorites. I love it.
I'm
Mine
so
too.
excited.
Let's sing.
Blue skies and rainbows and sunbeams from heaven are what I can see. When my Lord is living in me, I know that Jesus is well, and like today, he makes his home in my heart.
Down in my heart,
Nevermore will I be all alone, since he promised me that we never would part.
Whoa, Bobby.
Good job.
Thank you.
We also have some news. Only one more week till virtual VBS.
Yay, virtual VBS. Make sure your parents register you. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks for
Bye.
watching,
Bye,
everyone.
kids.